Hello, dear friends. Today I would like to speak about fear. What is this emotion? Recently, I had the privilege to spend a few days disconnected from social media, from the internet, and I could really look inside myself and become honest with different emotions that I was experiencing. This is why today's video is about fear. Fear is a primary emotion that we all experience once in a while. Some people live in constant sense of fear. What is really being neurotic? People think, well, it's just a little bit of your nerves are not quite stable. But the truth is, neurotic people live with a sense of fear in their soul. Everything they do, they overcome past that fear. It is a very, very hard existence because every time you need to function, you need to do something, but inside of you lives this sense of something bad is about to happen, or the mind constantly runs the different scenarios of how everything could go wrong. And at the root of this is fear. Why I would like to speak about it today. My name is Marina Robbins. I am a certified Gestalt therapist. I do psychological counseling and I am a voice coach because for many years I've been studying voice as a part of our psyche and our tool of self-expression. I've been singing, so I have learned the singing techniques and I know exactly how to make your voice this or that way, how to change it in a way you would like it to hear. At the same time, your voice is the psychological expression of your personality, of who you are. So together, when we combine psychological insight and the voice techniques, we can find a very quick result in how you would like to not only sound but actually feel as your personality. So today we speak about fear and what is really that emotion. If we really trace down any emotion, we will recognize that what it actually is just energy. It's just energy that your body generates for you to take that energy and interpret the signal into what it is. Is that positive? Do you feel happy? Or is that negative? I'm feeling angry, sad, or fearful. So let's take this for a moment and think about it. If all that emotion is just energy that your body is generating, then you can take your fear and look at it as an observer. What is it? It's just some energy that is being generated by your body. Now, the second crucial idea here is that suppressing your fear only leads to a lack of overall emotional range you can experience, because the more you suppress one emotion, the more other things would be suppressed as well, because you just basically suppress the energy in your body. So how do we work with fear? Not suppressing it, but looking at it and not being fearful anymore. Well, fear comes from a sense of unknown. When you do not see way forward, when you don't know how things work in that reality, then all you can do is just imagine for yourself what could be. And this is where the anxious mind or the neurotic mind starts developing all these catastrophic scenarios. I think the way to work with fear is to observe it, is to become familiar with it, is to recognize, oh, this is what my mind is doing again. It is painting all these weird anxious scenarios. But what actually it is a sense of fear, which is just some energy being generated by my body. And then honestly look at that fear. See if it is just a paper tiger of the illusion that your mind creates for you to feel this way. Another trap here is if you grew up in a certain environment which was filled with fear, let's say you had an anxious parent or a certain cultural environment which was not particularly safe, then even if today you are very secure, everything is good in your life, your body will still try to find homeostasis of that equilibrium that it found many years ago, which is a sense of fear. When we experience this or that emotion, we generate certain hormones in the body. Even if you feel happy for a moment, but you are used to feeling scared, very quickly your body will try to bring you back to that balanced way of being for itself, which is the hormones that are produced by the emotion of fear. And how would it do it? Well, your body will use your imagination in order to run these anxiety thoughts to bring you back to the state of fear, back to the same hormones that were leading your life for many, many years. And the only way to get out of this pattern is to recognize this is what your body is doing. This is what your mind is doing in order to help your body return back to its habitual state. And after that, retraining yourself again and again and again back to I'm fine, everything is okay, I'll figure this out. And here we come to one more interesting point about fear. When you're afraid of something, who is scared in you? Who is that personality within you that is afraid of things? Usually, if we look at the transactional analysis, we will see that there are different states of our ego, which is the parent, the child, and the adult. So out of these three, usually the child is the one who is scared because the child doesn't know how to deal with the reality without the help of the parent or adult. At the same time, you might have a part of your personality that is taken from your parent, and if your parent was fearful and anxious, that figure in your mind will be constantly making you feel scared. So these two figures, child and the parent, can both affect you feeling scared. It's really good news that we have different personalities within us, and we do not have to be one or another. Just as there is a personality inside of you that is scared of whatever that next step in your life, or getting another job, or changing something, moving somewhere, the same way there is a part of you that is not scared, that can handle all these things. It's just a different personality you can imagine. We can use our imagination for different things. We can use the imagination to create all these fearful scenarios in our head, or we can use the same energy, the same tool of imagination in order to create a stable personality who can deal with the future, with change, with every fear. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel. There will be more interesting videos coming out about different emotions, human experience, being somewhere between this spiritual gods and humans, with all the stuff we're dealing with. At the same time, I talk a lot about the voice and self-expression through the voice. In the comments, let me know what was insightful for you from this video about fear. Did something resonate specifically with you? And I will see you next time.